What's up, my dudes? Valk here. Today I have evoed Dave and I've also evoed Pucci. I'm going to do the Pucci showcase first because I'm more excited for him. Then I'm going to evoke Kenpachi and get the new Miracle Rare. And that's probably going to be it for me for the awtd update, but I do want to get these units showcased and I want to showcase them for you guys. So we're going to take a look at them and see exactly what they do. I have Pucci. I have him on the Honored one, and I am using, let me swap over, I am using David's Cosmetic because it's super sick. But this, I believe, is Sea Moon. I think you start as White Snake and then you get Sea Moon, and this is Sea Moon. Sea Moon gets reverse gravity, time stop 30 seconds and convert enemies to ground. Gravity increases or decrease enemy speed by 30%, infinite duration, so it's slow, as well as 50% unit damage 10 times over 10 seconds, and buff slow by 20%. So it just makes him hit very, very hard. I have him on the Honored one, and I have him max awakened 115.12 or 112.88. Because as you guys know, I really like Pucci, so I went kind of hard on him whenever he first came out, figuring he would get some evos and stuff like that. So we're going to showcase him first. Let me see if there's any more like quests. Alright, there's no more quests from Pucci with White Snake. So now we have Sea Moon, and I believe after Sea Moon is Made in Heaven, if I'm right. I'm not a JoJo's fan, so I'm not, just like last time, I'm not a 100% on it. But I believe after this, he's going to get one more evo into Made in Heaven, and then Made in Heaven's going to be super, super cool. Pucci's probably my favorite or second favorite JoJo's character. I think it's either between him and King Crimson. But either way, I like them a lot. So let's go ahead. Let's see exactly what he does in Training Field. See if it was worth the grind, because I'm not going to lie. The quest to get the 30 mil and one infinite run is rough. You're going to want a duo. You're going to want to have one person bring a real team and then another person bring Spirit Warriors, because you're going to want a stacked infinite team with like Berserker mode guts, as well as like Escanor and stuff like that, and just full send the damage and just carry. You want one person carrying the entire setup so you can get over the 30 mil. That's at least how I did it. So shout out to Trap. Thank you for the help so we could both get this 30 mil done. Oh, that's crazy on placement. How much is he to place? He's 5k to place, and on placement he gets a really fat cone. What's the SPA on placement? 5 SPA, 86k damage on placement. Before I continue, let me do this with Griffith real quick before I forget. So let's go ahead, let's do this. Let's put him down to 1 ton speed. Turn on the effects. Watch Griffith's cool animation transformation into Femto. And now let's go ahead and let's watch this. I know he's going to be getting a little bit of a buff from Femto. But yeah, 6% attack increase per upgrade. We're just going to leave him sitting there for now. So let's go ahead and see this first animation, see what he does. Oh, that's Griffith summoning that. Okay. I'm like, he summons. You can see he does just a big punch, I believe. Oh, I'm on 3 ton speed still. Yeah, let me go to 1 time so I can see what's happening. Alright, so let's try again. Yeah, it's just one big punch. Okay, cool. So he does a big punch. Kaboom. Next move, to the moon AoE. Alright, he gets full AoE after about, like, what's this? Like 70k? I can't remember exactly. I think it's like 70, 90k or something like that. Really, really good on a 1 mil attack stat. Really good. Let's see the animation real quick. That's dope. That's super, super dope. New move, Gravity Zone, full AoE again. So he goes from full AoE, so now he's hybrid as well. So he wasn't hybrid before, he was ground only. He's pretty expensive to get to the full AoE, but I do also have him on Honored 1, so he's going to be quite expensive. Probably a really cheap full AoE without Honored 1. But yeah, quite expensive with Honored 1. Dude, that is long. That is a really long continuous attack. Is that the one he ends on? It is. That is so insane. Alright, so let's go ahead. Let's put down Idle. Put down Idle. Go ahead, max out Idle. Do this. Then we're going to max out Griffith as well. We're going to put Griffith on Stopu. Put Griffith on Stop. So he doesn't attack any. And then we're going to go from there. 12.3. No, I lied. 18 million with a Griffith. And it's a continuous effect. It applies gravity with slow. I think he's going to, I think this showcase is about to be really crazy. Okay, so let's go ahead and first, I do want to see the cooldown of this. It's a 600-second cooldown, so that's not, it's actually not bad for a 30-second time stop. That's definitely going to be something you use multiple times inside of like an infinite or something like that. 600-second cooldown really isn't bad. It's going to be something to where you can, like, it's going to be one of the first things you use for the 30-second time stop, and it's going to give you plenty of time, and then you're going to cycle through your nukes, cycle through your stalls, and by the time you're done with that, you can probably get back to this thing and having it back up. So now we're just going to chill real quick until this comes back, because I do want to see his possible damage output even with it. I just wanted to see the cooldown on it real quick, so yeah, definitely wanted to click it just for the cooldown. But I do think that 600 seconds for the 30-second time stop is pretty good, especially converting air enemies to ground. I think that's also very, very, very good. So you guys can see 18 million is a really nice attack stat for such a big AoE slow. And he's going to get one more Evo too, so that's even more exciting because he's going to get an Evo into Made in Heaven. Because I do believe it is like that, right? It's White Snake, then Sea Moon, then Made in Heaven. So he's going to get an Evo to Made in Heaven, and that's going to be super, super, super sick to see. Really, really dope. So let's go ahead now in a little bit. We're halfway there. Whoa, we're halfway there. Let me talk about his quest, actually, while I'm waiting on this so I can sit here and waffle. His quest is annoying as shit. It really is. His quest is extremely annoying, and you're going to need somebody to run with it. Best way to do it is use weekly challenge and use a Spirit Warrior lead. Normally is what we both used was LR plus Dio. We took turns. You have one person running some scuffed Spirit Warrior team using Gappy, using Nightmare, using the usual stuff that you can find on Spirit Warrior, but then also just using certain infinite units off lead like Guts, and then you have one person running an actual infinite team, so you're able to go ahead and push the distance to 30 mil. That's how I did it. You don't need to do it that way, but that is how I did it and made life so much easier. So let's go ahead now. Let's just drop a 10 bill and see how he can handle it. 1, 2, 3. See how he can handle a 10 bill. So I think this slow, it is important to keep in mind too, Griffith is going to be helping. But I do want to see his total damage at the end of this, but I think this slow is going to be massive. So let's go ahead and do this and hit this and then just let it rock and just see what his total damage looks like by the end of it all. But it looks like he's going to be doing some serious damage and not for a lot of cost as well, because the gravity effect is just really good. He's going to be doing a lot of damage as well as slowing by a good amount, buying him plenty of time to just do plenty of damage. And this is on a slow unit, because you got to remember, he is primarily CC heavy, so having this much damage output is actually a really, really big deal. So he's almost to the end here, then we'll get a good idea. 1.64 billion, absolutely insane. I think Pucci is really, really good. Is it worth the effort of doing the quest? Probably not for the average person, but I really want Made in Heaven, and I'm a big fan of Pucci, and I think Made in Heaven is going to be super sick. But yeah, Pucci seems to be like kind of just prepping for Made in Heaven, but he does seem to be like a really solid unit on his own right now. Anyways, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Thank you guys for watching. Catch you guys in the next one. Peace.